Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. In this country, we say Happy New Year.
What's going on, everyone? Guess what? I'm not going to start the new year with your typical What I Hope For 2019 video, which regularly flood my subscription feed. I'm going to start the year with a video about something I've wanted from Nintendo since probably the N64. So, let's get straight into it. When Amiibos were first announced, I instantly said to myself that these things need their own game as a base platform, and from this game, it would make it much easier for them to remain relevant throughout each console generation, as their uses are also branched out between multiple games. Unfortunately though, I feel that Amiibo became so tied to Super Smash Bros. That their actual full use was neglected by most people who, in Smash, just preferred to play as the main characters who were already in the game, plus amongst a wealth of other reasons. I still love Amiibo and still feel that they have potential to be more than just great looking figures that sit on your shelf. At the same time, I remember asking for Nintendo Land 2 because I once again love the concept of the original Nintendo Land, which I still also think to this day should have been a built-in piece of online software for the Wii U, where your friends in your Wara Plaza could invade your local theme park and you could have fun chatting together, showing off what Nintendo items you have unlocked, as well as play the multiplayer games together. This would have been absolutely amazing in my opinion, and would have extended the use of Nintendo Land and connected to Miiverse even more. And people, Nintendo Land was actually a really fun game. This then leads me on to the Miis. The Miis are one of Nintendo's best creations in my opinion. Everyone loves avatars, but even more people love avatars they can dress up in Nintendo outfits and also use them in multiple Nintendo games. I mean, Miis themselves even became characters in Smash Bros. And have essentially spawned a few games of their own, like Miitopia, Miitomo, and Tamagotchi Life. That's nearly more games than we have actual F-Zero games. And I haven't even included Wii-Sports or Wii-Sports Resort amongst other games. Miis were super cool, but since the Switch has come around, they have, for the most part, not remained a prevalent character or avatar that is represented the same way as they were during the Wii and DS generations. And then we have what I'd like to call the Nintendo Islands. We have Woohoo Island from Wii Sports and mainly Wii Sports Resort, but also an island that wasn't in just Wii Sports Resort, but was also a center role in Pilot Wings Resort on the 3DS, plus also taking center stage in games like Wii Fit and Wii Fit U. I always compared Woohoo Island to another world Nintendo created in Pilot Wings 64. But I also always said that Pilot Wings 64 had a much more interesting and diverse world, and one I'd love to see return in a modern engine. And then we have the new Nintendo Island in Nintendo Labo, and once again said to myself, here Nintendo go again, creating these small unique worlds similar to Woohoo Island and the world in Pilot Wings 64, which I also remember took inspiration from real world locations, as well as adding in its own Nintendo vibe with the likes of seeing Mario on Mount Rushmore, I believe. But this is what Nintendo do, more than any other game company, I feel. They create all these great ideas, characters and worlds, the types of worlds that could essentially become a fixed, yet evolving world as their content and platforms move forward through each generation. But each time in sometimes typical Nintendo fashion, and yes, I'm looking at you, Virtual Console, Nintendo scrap these original concepts and start off fresh again instead of evolving and enhancing on what has come before. So, for me, I'm not sure about anyone else. I would love for all these ideas to come together in one united universe. The Miis, Amiibo, Labo, Nintendo Land, Woohoo Island, Wara Plaza, Wii Sports, Miitopia, Miiverse, etc, etc. I'd love for all these to essentially come together and make what I describe as Nintentopia.
Amazing.
The game where your Mii and Amiibos come together and share the stories of their adventures throughout the world of Nintendo and their consoles, whilst also connecting to Nintendo's other games. Your character would essentially enter a persistent and online world set in the greatly expanded and minigame-filled realm of Wuhu Island. You could visit Mount Wario with your friends and post your snapshots on social media whilst adding them to your personal picture album. Show off the tournament trophies you have won in official Nintendo Mario Kart tournaments. Want to play multiplayer in Nintendo Land with your friends? Head over to the theme park by the waterfront and meet up with friends and play Mario Chase, etc. Whilst also playing Winner Stays On against other players, adding your name to the online world leaderboards. You've been playing Pokemon Go lately? Jump in your Wuhu Island buggy with your friends and take a tour through the Pokemon Forest. Where once you've synced up your Pokemon Go app, you can check out all your favorite captured Pokemon in the world and take photos of them Pokemon Snap style. Or even better, select one Pokemon as an in-game pet to follow you around the island. People love in-game pets, right? Bought a Nintendo Labo kit recently? Head over to the new Labo Creation Center on Wuhu Island. Upload your creations and use them to venture around the island either by car, bike, boat or plane, and enter the competitions and races dotted around the massive island world, just like Wuhu Island had all these little locations you can go to, whilst also seeing if your creations can beat others. Then you could share your designs with others whilst getting your name in flashing lights on the online Labo creator name board or something. Have you bought an Amiibo and used it in multiple Nintendo games? Then open your in-game Wuhu Island backpack or something, scan your Amiibo into the game and unlock Nintendo costumes, figurines, pictures and decorations that can be used to personalize your character and also decorate your personal in-game cabin or something, which can house all your collections and achievements, as well as be viewed by your friends, similar to, say, Miiverse. Or you still own your Nintendo Wii Fit balance board? Then join in the great Nintentopia games as Mii's gather from different regions and race around the island on foot, on bikes or by rowing. Join dance classes with your friends in the dance hall and gain in-game currency coins as you keep fit. Or join in the bowling, tennis and golf events around the islands where multiplayer can be a simple drop-in and drop-out affair. Or look forward to the Nintendo-held events around the islands. Or perhaps with modern software, have you been playing the latest Mario Tennis on the Nintendo Switch? Scan your Amiibo in and unlock unique costumes for your Mii in Nintentopia after you've achieved them in Mario Tennis. So as your Nintendo achievements grow in and out of Nintentopia, you're granted rewards and coins, let's say. These coins can be spent throughout Nintentopia to unlock more difficult challenges, different and more unique customization options for your character, cabin and vehicles, and also grant access to new lands, which continue to evolve as time goes on. It might cost a certain amount to, say, board the in-game train or boat ferry system if you want to go to different islands, or if you try to fly there in your own Labo creations, perhaps you'll need to purchase a daily flight card, another reason to keep spending coins and building them up. Or perhaps you'd like to spend these coins on a new badge and pin arcade amusement building next to the Nintendo Land theme park run by Arcade Bunny. And then enter the building and spend your coins on the multiple arcade machines that offer rare badges. And yes, this is another area where Nintendo could leverage additional income by once again offering additional coins for real world money transactions. And yeah, I'm talking microtransactions here. So yeah, I know it's hard to believe, what am I saying? But remember, Badge Arcade on the 3DS was generous enough to allow those who were not interested in paying real world money to at least get a free try every now and then, and the coins in Nintentopia could later become a greater challenge to obtain as you progress and gain achievements in this persistent world, giving Nintendo a better and more fair chance to earn additional money from this persistent world, like I said. But this is where the software, I believe, needs to be a service, a paid one at that, as I feel this would justify its continued maintenance and expansion. Make it a subscription service as part of Nintendo Online and charge that bit extra for it. Something I said Nintendo Online could perhaps be a tiered subscription service, whilst also making Nintentopia a social and unique Nintendo platform similar to what Miiverse was, but greatly evolved and one that continues across each console generation, similar to other evolving MMOs like the World of Warcraft. I personally feel that by having a concept like Nintentopia, it gives a base platform for all of Nintendo's little creations like this to remain relevant and in constant use, as well as unifying Nintendo's characters and worlds into one ecosystem where visibility for all of them will be equal, instead of being locked to a single piece of software that releases once every few years. Continued exposure is always important for single games and Nintendo overall, right? Would this stop Nintendo from possibly creating Wii-Sports 2? Maybe, maybe not. But I guess you have to ask yourself, would you prefer a persistent and constantly active online Wii-Sports-like experience that does continue to evolve over time? Or would you prefer the release of a single piece of software that is most likely stuck to that one platform and then later forgotten for the most part? I know what I would prefer. And then at the end, fireworks could light up the night sky over Nintentopia to celebrate the release of new Nintendo games, providing additional advertising, even for when there are things like a Splatfest or ARMS Party Crash, bringing additional visibility for such games. And if you partake in these events, then you can get additional rewards in Nintentopia once you log back in. I believe this is something Nintendo has kind of been trying to do, but their ideas have been scattered across different platforms, different generations and software, with each piece of software never fully reaching its full, long-lasting potential by itself, I feel, which I feel combining them all into one central and evolving hub could provide them with the platform they have been looking for. Or perhaps I'm just a Nintendo fan dreaming of a dream that will most likely never come true. But, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. And, I've already named a few ideas on here. So, of course, I'd love to hear yours. As always, I'll reply to anyone who makes the effort to leave a comment. So let me know your ideas for Nintentopia online experience that evolves through the ages. And once again,
Merry New Year!
Thanks for listening. Take care all and peace.